All right, good morning, good morning. Starting in a few minutes. Welcome, welcome. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. At this time of day is when we do this. We're doing it live. All right, get started in a few minutes. What's up, guys? What's up? We'll give a little time for everyone to get in here. I need this coffee to hit me. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Oops. What am I? Bitcoin? Oh, it jumped. Just getting some of this stuff in here that I gotta get in here. Welcome, welcome. Let's get it again this week. Let's do it. Good morning, good morning. Marking the 1 hour, obviously London open hour. More coffee. Not setting up right now, is it? 1 minute left on the hour. I got coffee and the Red Bull if I need it. Emergency measures. All right, there's the 1 hour close. So, of course, we'll do our whole analysis and do our whole thing here. As soon as the caffeine hits, you know what I'm saying? I think you could be half asleep and do the London hour trade, though. It's lunchtime there. Absorption volume. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Yes. So first thing is I just wanted to get these levels in for the London hour trade. Then we're going to go through overall analysis in the background. We were certainly bullish off Friday's news. I haven't looked today. Yes, let's see where we are. You know, I don't just take the London hour trade self-contained with real money, you know. I kind of need another reason, like we were saying, to kind of filter them. Do I have another reason? I don't know. Can't make one up. I'm just getting caught up on where we are. I mean, if it just sets up with no other additional type of confirmation, do I take it? Maybe a smaller risk if that's the case. I'm just kind of rushing to get a hold on everything. Is the US dollar trending up? They're both trending up. Okay, especially the yen. Especially the yen. Which would make the dollar. Let's see where these close. This might be given the actual. Okay, these just turned now, where you have an up candle on this, and the yen index is down. Okay, so I don't worry too much about that, but it's a clue. It helps decide sometimes, right? The indexes. Right into support. I don't know about this one. Don't know about this one. I want to get to the other stuff. I just need to watch this right now. We'll get to everything. Morning. We're looking at the London hour trade right now. Didn't even do anything else yet. Didn't look at anything else. Yeah, there's nothing else to really back it up. Just kind of a mess. We knew that there was some strength in the background, and now we're talking about selling. If we sell the breakout, it's selling into the low of the previous day. But you know how these things can be. Sometimes it doesn't matter. But I want to try to filter them with some additional, right? This closes in a minute. That might have too much volume for the breakout by then. Oh, no, okay, not much. But it closed well up. We don't like those kind of closes on breakouts. In case I didn't mention, I'm sure I've mentioned it, but just again, if we're talking about this breakout, which I don't love this whole situation to be taking this type of trade right now, right into the lows with some strength in the background, but the close here is just awful. I mean, even if it's technically a breakout, right? Closing at or near the low is ideal. So that's not an entry. And that didn't break yet. We don't see a ton of volume as far as any demand coming in. So, if it breaks to the downside properly, especially if volume really drops on that, right? I'll put something on it. Let's see. Meanwhile, where are we, right? So Friday was the big news. Welcome, welcome. Good morning. I think the caffeine's starting to work. Has much more of my MT4. It probably has to do with the broker that you're using. I'm using FXCM, which I've come to trust. I can check another one. There's GU, FXCM. There. Okay, it's kind of flat, right? Volume, slight increase from the previous, pretty flat. Okay, and now here's a Wanda broker, different broker. Okay, that's that one. That's okay, pretty much the same deal there. And pound yen, pretty flat. Okay, so you're probably using a weird broker. I don't know what you're using. There's two that I trust. Where are we, right? So Friday was a maneuver you'll see very often when it comes to big news. If you know how to read a chart, you will know that we were bullish before the news, right? Bullish, bullish, bullish. We won't go back and explain it. And then, right, Friday's big news. Oh no, what's going to happen? Watch out. Kicked out a lot of long positions. They sold off panicky. Smart money bought it up. It's probably a damn fib retracement. I didn't even check. Oh, okay. Could have been. Yeah, people waiting to buy at fib, they didn't get a chance. No. But obviously that came in as strength. Obviously, whatever term you want to use for that. I don't know, shakeout, whatever. Whoever was long got kicked out. Whoever sold, if you didn't do it in the first 5 minutes here, there's a 5-minute candle. That's it. It goes back up. I don't trade news release, especially non-farm. I'm not trading off of that, saying, okay, let me jump in on something. That's hairy business. It's not something I mess with. And the result of that, again, we were talking about, let's get some high volume. Remember? Back here, it was all quiet, and then we got it, right? So we have high volume, a recent high volume in the background there off the news, obviously, is strength. Look at the result. Clear as day. Strength, strength, strength. Now, if we're coming down, typically we're going to see buying again and look at accumulation, right? We'll be in accumulation and try to break that high sometime soon. And, of course, we'll get in there and see if that's the case, right? Maybe buyers show up, maybe they don't. We believe whatever the chart says. We could go down for the week and then hit huge volume and then go up for 2 weeks, whatever it is as far as day trading. But that is the background. We do expect that the lower prices are going to attract some buyers. And we'll mark up those areas. Of course, we also have scalps. We also have the London hour trade. Which did not set up. That is not a breakout I would take because of the close, right? So no entry on that. I'm kind of glad there's no entry on that London hour trade to the downside because it's kind of shitty. There's just nothing else backing it up, and it's like if I were to take it, I would either take it on small risk or say to myself, why am I risking anything? I need something else. At least one other thing. If you look at the recent live streams that we've taken them live, there was at least something else backing up that trade. Meanwhile, it's not setting up. Okay. Nothing to do there. Good. I can relax. That's what I wanted, right? I wanted to trade early. Now I got to rush to get ready for it. All right, I can relax now. Now, as far as the London hour trade, right, I haven't been trading this for years. It's been months. I tested it for the majority of that time, but I am trading it with real money now. Now, the next question is, what if it breaks to the upside, right, with that trade? And do we go long on that? And I would say yes if it's soon, right? If we range around for another hour, 2 or 3, there has to be a cutoff point. I've talked about this. There has to be a cutoff point for the entry of this trade. timing wise. If it's in 2-3 hours, I'm not taking it. If we can break out of here in the next 30 minutes, hour the most maybe. Right, we have a breakout there. Or fake break. If we move down, we'll think about it. We'll look at it. It has to be convincing somehow. Yes, we'll get to the absorption. I swear. It's really not that complicated. Absolutely going to be covered, right? Are we gonna miss a trade entry? No. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. Believe me, you want the caffeine to kick in, and I can explain it better. Cheers. Ooh, it's strong. Yes. Maybe we'll see absorption volume today. When we say absorption volume is the term that is given to it by, the Tom Williams trade guider people. I tend to not use that word, so maybe you've actually heard me talk about it. Sustained versus temporary is how I call it in the course. Whatever you want to call it. Explain what it is, right? But I will. Patience, yes, sir. Well, will be shown in time. Triple. Well, I'm drinking espresso as a regular coffee, so it's pretty much, yeah. Take that shit, put it in your coffee maker, and make a full cup of coffee with it. Yes, that's what I do. A little bit of half and half, no sugar. So let's mark up some levels based on our background now. Black coffee guy. So this is just a standard way that I'm marking support off of the close. This represents an entire area that's going to tell us about demand. As soon as we touch this level, enter in that area, we'll start to get information about buyers. We expect them to show up, but of course, trade what we see. Follow the story. If there are willing sellers, it could go a leg down and hit huge volume and continue from there, right? Who knows? But we know they're eyeing this area today for a buy. We know it. We'll see if they show up or not. Take it from there. Oh my God, I got all these lines. Well, I'm not drawing the box there, so we have our supports. We have a fib. It wants to go now, huh? Let's see. High volume? Well, there's a little time left, but it's getting there, yep. Yeah, I got that higher than a previous 4 or 5. Not a lot of correlation between the two today, which tells me something right away. Because these are these are pound-driven. This is a pound-driven trade, pound-driven situation. And they're kind of being pushed around by the U.S. Index. You're right. They're doing their own thing. The pound is a bit on the quiet side itself. right? If you notice today, comparing the two, the pound dollar and the pound yen at this time of day, there's usually more correlation. So this tells you that the activity directly on the pound is not so high. It's being pushed around by the relative value to the dollar and the yen, and not really doing its own story, right? And the trade setup itself is based on what the pound is doing. So that might be an indication to pass, right? Logically, makes sense. Yeah. All right, keep checking on it. Meanwhile, so we have our background. Didn't draw a fib on this one. That's similar. Okay. Just think about that. If that happens today, so tricky, right? A lot of people are going to go short. A lot of the stop losses here from these buying up here are going to be hit. You just kind of know how they operate. It could be like a head and shoulders or a fake break leading to it. I messed up my fib. If you notice the kind of head and shoulders pattern, the shoulder, the head, whatever. It could be lopsided, a little deformed. But either way, that is a possibility. I am not the only one thinking about that one today, if you know what I'm saying. So this is just a projection for the, considering the background. These trades tend to set up later in the day. Of course, we could scalp in either direction. This guy is kind of, Yeah, Wixie, as far as what filters are you going to add London hour trade? I've already done it. I've added it. I need one more piece of information besides the London hour trade itself in order to take it, unless it's convincingly clean and good looking. In this case, again, as I'm pointing out, there's a particular issue going on where the pound is not driving itself, and that is the reason for the whole trade. Maybe they're going to start correlating now on a down move, but they are being pushed around by the US dollar and the yen. And that is not the cause, that kind of action is not the cause of this trade. The better the correlation on all the pound pairs, the more that they're driving themselves, the better the quality of the trade. Because that's what it's based off of. The mighty pound doing what it wants at this time of day. Not so much in the last 30 minutes, right?
Sign up for YouTube Premium, which includes YouTube Music Premium.
Important point about this trade. Pound driven. Has the pound made up its mind? Convincingly, to the point where I want to sell into the low of the day, where all the long stop losses are. And then things could go on down there. Who knows? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. There you go. Exactly what it is. Knees and toes. So I know everybody excited about the London hour trade. I know. Answer the question to yourself. Does the pound know what it's doing? Is it like, okay, it doesn't matter right now with everything else. The pound is doing this right now. Not so much. Not to the point where, again, I would want to sell into these levels. Low of the day, lurking. right there. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't look at futures. Besides the London hour trade, I don't see anything right now. As far as a scalp entry, right? A lot of you know the scalp method. We don't have any trending move that we'd want to get in. There's no trend structurally, right? EJ, well, that kind of barely got there, but on the dollar pairs there isn't. Oh, okay. This guy might be coming. Ooh, I don't like that strength as far as the short scalp. The yen pairs may be moving a little bit better right now, right? As far as scalps. But yeah, if you're looking at this saying, well, isn't this a good scalp down, right? That's the thing that makes me not take that, right? Again, it's the lower the better off of that low, off of that swing low as far as volume. So that's certainly not low. Bad quality trade there. That's almost 50-50. I mean, it could retest and do a fake break or whatever. Or it could move up and you say, okay, well, there's strength and lack of supply. You can't be surprised if it moves up. So I'm not taking that because of that strength. So if you know the scalp entries. This one didn't quite get to there. Do a proper 14 EMA test. This didn't. Okay. Sometimes you get a trade right away, sometimes you wait. We'll likely get something while we're here. Ugh, that euro dollar is so sloppy today. Likely buyers lurking low. Who knows? We'll see when we get there. But we got to get out of this sloppy sideways stuff. Oh my gosh, I know about the absorption. Now, see, now you got to wait 20 more minutes. Okay. Okay. Basically, here's absorption. If you have my course, right, if you heard how I explain it, I used to use this term a lot. Sustained versus temporary buying and selling, sign of strength, sign of weakness. You get to a price area, right? Let's say, let's see if we can find something to look at. Something to look at. Doesn't happen that often, so I got to try to find it. Where am I? I'm on the GU. All right. Ah, here we go. Perfect. There. Okay. Absorption volume. You ready? I just had to scroll back, find something. Okay, so here's a high, right? We're breaking out. And you look at this and go, oh, that's potentially weakness, right? It's in a weird time of day, but you get the point. High volume, widespread, right? So what happened in there? Yeah, there's weakness. Yes, there's selling. And ideally, this was closed more off the high. So that's your first warning sign. But sometimes it closes off the high, right? That's fine. And you'll say, okay, widespread, closing off the high, high volume, must be weakness. Now, whatever happens after that doesn't change the fact that there was some selling in there, right? Especially if it closes down. This is really what we're talking about, right? Your usual weakness, closing off the high. Now, the fact that that went on, right? Now, what's the result? We always talk about the result. Got to see the result, right? effort versus result, 2-candle pattern, confirm weakness, right? We close higher on decreased volume. That's your first sign that this may not be weakness, actionable, confirmed, right? And then you see this. You already know, right? What happened to the sellers that like the high prices? Where do they go? Where's the activity up there? Right? The sellers have been absorbed. Right? That's why the word absorbed, right? They were there, but they're not building up a short position, right? We didn't come down and then try to move up and maybe get, again, a fake breakout, right? And consistent selling, right? Whoever was willing to sell there did so. And at this point, the chart said, and they're gone. It's not smart money building up a short position. It was temporary. This is by no means bearish now, once you see this. It was already not bearish because of the lack of confirmation of weakness here. But this tells you, right? Higher prices tell you about sellers. Tells you they're not building a short position. It's not something they're interested in doing here. It was a one-time thing. That's why you wait for confirmation. And that's why you can trust that higher prices tell you about sellers. And if they're gone, they're gone. You got it? The market is not as orderly as maybe you would like sometimes. I mean, I'm not you personally, Deepak. It's not as orderly as we would like all the time. Sometimes you go, oh, price moved down and all that volume came in. And it stopped the progress. Oh, it must be strength. And yeah, it was. But if you continue to close down on lower volume, you continue to make progress down on low, medium to low volume. Low volume really confirms it. Then the demand is gone. Whoever was willing to buy there did so. It could have been a bunch of stop losses. It's a one-time thing. It's not smart money building up positions in a price area, obviously, right? And it's going to happen sometimes. Any questions anyone have on that? Bill? Okay, cool. Yeah, profit taking. Exactly. It could be profit taking. Yep. If you put it in context of the situation, you can most likely nail down exactly what happened there. Also, consider the fact that there's not always a consensus among smart money as far as where they want to pre-position. Consider also the fact that they do want to scale in and out of the market. If they get better prices, they'll take advantage of those better prices. So if they're buying low and you see strength, and then as price moves up, you see weakness at the 14 EMA test, right on a test. That says to buyers, well, maybe it'll go lower. We'll buy down there, right? And you see that they're not building a position. As price would come down, and you wouldn't see that activity again in that same price area that you saw it the first time. So you work it into the story that's going on. It should make sense. But in the end, that's why you're waiting for confirmation of strength and weakness. Along with higher prices should continue to show pre-positioning short, or lower prices show buying, right, on that higher activity. Otherwise, it could just continue and not reverse on that high volume. That's why I like the fake break pattern so much, because that proves that it's not that, right? When you get a fake break and you get a high, you get another high, and that's a little higher, fails, comes back. And typically that second high is not as high volume as the first, but you still get that increase. The unfinished U, right? A lot of you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and how smart money building, selling position, any small example. If they're building a position, you're going to see high volume consistently in that price area where you first saw it. If it goes away, then they're not. It is actually that simple. All about price areas. John, yeah. No, I'm not moving the FOREX market. I really doubt that. Like I say, some cryptos I can move. I'll mess up your RSI really bad. But I'm not moving this market. I doubt it. I never really paid attention, right? Does the market tick up when I buy, when the activity is really low? I never really thought about it. You go to OXT, you could have a field day pushing this price around. All right, so nothing showing up right now as far as any good prediction to be made. We know our background has some buying into it. Today is just, all right, we look at the volume. What are they doing? Not much. Being patient. Can I get a fib in here? Very welcome. I'm not disturbing at all. No, that's very good. Very good. Deepak, I'm just messing around. Good question. Very good. Very good. What trade would I even take right now? If somebody said, you must get into a trade right now, what would it even be? You know? A really bad AJ short scalp because of the buying. Yeah, there's just absolutely nothing right now. High probability, right? No. Momentum, right? Do we have a trend momentum on most of these? No. No clear trending momentum structure-wise. Volume, do we have clear preposition, clear supply-demand imbalance, right? Do we have that? No. So if we don't have one or the other, strong momentum on a trending move or a clear supply-demand imbalance, then there's really nothing to do. I got to check news. With no high-impact news USD this week, do you expect the market to be flat for those fine setups? Oh, there's no high-impact news this week. Let's see, today. Okay. I would say who the heck knows, because December is December. Oh, we have a interest rate decision in Canada tomorrow. That's big. But it's Canada. Yeah. Friday. PPIs, yeah. Who knows? Expect. Do I expect? Is that the word? December can be, who knows when it wants to slow down. I've seen it slow down at the beginning of the month. I've seen it be active and clean right up until Christmas Eve. Right? So who knows? Take it as it comes. But yeah, it's a light news week. Friday is the big news. And then tomorrow, Canada interest rate. That's about it. All right, so we're hanging out, waiting for something to show up. Put on some music. Well, is music on? Stops playing. Okay. I play this guy because he's not going to give me a copyright strike. I know him in person. Don't strike me, bro. So we're hanging out. Anything of interest, we'll take a look. But if you know how to read a chart, you're going to say, right now there's no high probability projection. I'm usually drawing these lines, right? Projecting what's likely to happen next. London hour trade. Oh my gosh, on the pound yen. If he strikes you, your channel have 2 videos. I know, right? Because it's like every... Play something else, man. Is that what you're saying? Geo rejected. 14 EMA. Okay, low volume down here. I mean, technically, if you're just trading this method blindly and overly excited, you'd be short already off of that. I do like this lack of demand type of activity here, right? It moved up on very low volume. Let's see the 1 minute. I mean, overall, I don't love the conditions right now, as I explained. Selling into the low of the day, and then right near yesterday's swing point. Oh my god. Wixie, I know you're gonna take it. You love this trade. EJ Scalp, what's my opinion on it? I didn't quite hit the 14 EMA. Last time I actually tested it was here. Bad time of day. No 14 EMA test. If it does it now, we're kind of losing a good structure too. So it's not the greatest. Again, for the scallops, you want the better trending, clean trending structure, the better the trade is. And if we're going to lose structure and go sideways and then test the 14, kind of losing it. But it didn't actually test scallops. Oh, don't make me hungry. Man, I haven't had scallops in a while. Everybody's going to be eating scallops now. We're talking scallops. Oh my god. This is the worst London hour entry I've ever seen. that might actually get confirmed. What's the low? Here, right? 355. Gosh, that is scary. Deep in the fib zone. Like reaccumulation could hit at any point. Oh my god. 1 minute says. Yeah, not bad. Oh my god. What do we do, huh? I mean, for me, like I said, I needed one more piece of information that's going to help confirm it. This is just a trading move and chasing the breakout into potentially buy territory. Oh, the 5 minute. Give me some high volume so I don't even have to think about it. Yeah, I don't want to sell down here. Yeah, I mean, it's technically confirmed. The volume's not too high there. It is slightly increased. And then this guy technically confirmed here as you're below, right, the level. Your volume is low. You're really fine at that point. No, I'm going to pass on it. Because it's in such a bad place. Selling low with strength in the background. Selling into the low of the day. The swing points, support, all down there. And again, secondly, the pound is just not doing what it needs to do at this time of day to say, okay, the pound is on a mission. It's doing something. I don't see it. So I am officially passing on that. Wixie, that is your choice. Your MT4. What broker? Doesn't matter the platform. What broker? I would assume you guys are all using the FXCM since that's what I'm using. And then you use something different and it looks different. You say, Pete, it looks different. But I use this for a reason. Axie. Deleted. All right. Use FXCM. Wixie. Okay. Again, if I was like forced to get into a trade, I don't even know what it would be. Right? That just kind of summarizes what's going on right now. Not much. I don't trust that the pound is really on a mission to move down. If it goes without me, I'm really okay with it. Hit the like. Thank you. Yeah, people are stingy with that like, man. I could stream for 3 hours, have a winning trade or two, and get freaking 12 likes. Yeah, all right, guys. 200 views, 12 likes. Come on. Like I say, good thing I'm not a YouTuber because I'm terrible at it. I'd be a broke-ass YouTuber. Thank you. So, Wixie, did you go short on the pound yen? I'm going to guess you didn't. Ah, you're in. Okay. Wixie, Wixie. Which one did you take? Pound yen? Okay. Careful. Trusting the power of the London hour trade against all odds and probabilities. Okay. So it looks like I'm hanging out for a while because it's going to take some patience to get anything going. It's nice when we get them early, but whatever the chart says is what I do. And again, I can't even draw lines here and make projections, right? We're stuck in the middle of a range here. You see volume doesn't show pre-positioning, imbalance, trend. Nope. This could be dying off here. Higher prices tell about sellers, lower buyers, but it's just kind of getting stuck there. Hope it goes there. Well, it'll be a lesson either way, perhaps. Tell you a story. What? I got nothing right now. Let me talk about the lizard people. So you know. Okay. Yeah, I can't go there mentally right now. Can't do it. Hey, Carbon, where are you? Slacking? Triple vaccination, anyone? Oh. I have my mask on right now. Flat Earth. Oh my God. Somebody, I saw something that would be good. A good idea. To have a show. Something it has to be funded. People will watch though. Where you take the flat earther peoples and you make them prove it. Here's the money. Go. Find the ice wall. Here you go. Let's go. Because if we're actually surrounded by ice, you don't have to go north and south to find it, right? It's a complete circle. Just go east or west until you find that ice wall. Here's the money. Let's go. That would be a great show. They're just going to go around in a circle. My measurements must have been off. Or maybe it's flat. I don't know, man. I've never been to space. Can't prove anything. I think the moon landing was fake. Who filmed it? That's what I want to know. There's some great steady camera work there on the visit to the moon. You got the ship being filmed from above as they're landing. Who's filming it? And why is it so steady? Jerry Springer. Oh my God. Oh, I couldn't watch that crap, man. Oh God. Dark Side of the Moon. That's where the alien bases are. They say the moon is not natural, right? It was brought here. It's like the Death Star. It travels. I don't know. It was brought here. It's hollow. The base inside. They watch us. They control us. NASA said it's hollow. Of course I know. I don't have a job. I know all this internet shit. It doesn't rotate, which I've also heard, I've heard, okay, the moon doesn't rotate. That's an anomaly. And then I've seen documentaries. I don't know which to believe. I'm just saying, where there are moons on other planets that have been discovered, they don't rotate either. They don't spin while they rotate. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think most agree who've studied it that the moon is unnatural. Like its positioning and just how it ended up there doesn't make any sense. So they say. Oh, Wixie. How's that trade looking for you? Well, you didn't get a lot of strength, but who knows? Relative high volume coming in on bullish can. Relative high volume. That? I don't see that on my chart. It's all looking low. I actually would like a trade. That's why I'm here. But yeah, there's just nothing right now. All right, so I'm here hanging out. Soon as any decent probability move appears, I will consider it. Point it out. I don't see it right now. See the EJ short scalp? Bad idea, right? Pound yen short. Uh-oh. AJ short scalp? Bad idea. We shall wait. We shall not make the bread right now. I think, Wixie, that's wishful thinking on that one. Of course, we're playing around. Wixie the Kid. That's his nickname, right? Gotta be a little tough on him sometimes. And I'm ready for life. He's only 21. He still thinks it's gonna be easy. I'm here. I'm gonna actually be a kind of multitasking, but I'm here. Waiting for something good. Are we hazing now? Don't haze the youngin. Yeah, I'm just taking my time looking around. The market needs some order, right? We need some order. I'm not going anywhere. We'll see. Yeah, well, let it be, what it is. Yeah, absolutely, Troy. Besides the self-contained setup of the, if you programmed, right, some software to take the trade, it technically set up, but everything else was not agreeing, or at least saying it's dangerous. Troy, you're calling him a cowboy. Okay. Well, it technically confirmed, again, as I explained, there's nothing else backing up the entry. Support, potential buy areas were just down there. And the pound itself was not having a strong, definitive, active, thing that was going on. That we know, you know it when you see it. The pound yen, pound dollar, pound anything is going to be doing the same thing. Right? Pound driven that time of day. That didn't happen. It's good to see this, right? This is why I would pass. GU flat. It's for 21 hours. It's kind of the bars. Cause lack of activity. I mean, why? Have you heard me talk about the why? Yeah. Who knows? Don't need to know why, as long as you know. What's his TP? He barely thought out getting in the first. I'm just kidding. Out of London, hour 10 to get smaller bars. Yeah, the real regular stuff, not happening. Not happening yet. Get back there eventually. Oh, Wixie, you got a little help. Some higher volume at the 14 EMA. If the next candle closes down, Wixie's got a chance. Come on, everybody's rooting for you. You're the one guy in the trade. Right? There's your 14 EMA test. And all of a sudden, something happened on volume. And let's see the result. Coming in as weakness. Wixie. Wixie. So if this closes down, especially on decreased volume from the previous two, then it might just go for that 618, right? Most of the people are not trading during Asia hours, but I think it is very consistent during Asian market. Yeah, I don't mess with it. I don't even consider trading that time of day. TP. Well, I would just watch how it behaves. That's how I would answer. But Wixie's the pro now. I would look out for that 618 overshoot. Then we have a larger fib of that whole move up all the way down here. So you kind of know areas that you could run into demand, and that kind of gives you a clue as to where your targets could be. Also consider where stop losses are, which are, all, of course, all down in here. Stop losses on long positions. Definitely will take partials when it goes my favorite. Yeah, but you don't want to do it too soon. You don't want to kill your risk reward, right? In the end, whatever the chart says. That's the answer, right? Could get you 100 pips, could get you 20. You just listen to the chart. We've done both and everything in between. All right, you got some weakness. This is just kind of out of nowhere because everything's, is what it is right now. But that previous 5 minute had a bit of activity. Maybe we're going to start doing stuff here.
Red Bull gives you wings.
New low ground. You got some volume on that. Yeah, at least you closed at the low. Maybe we'll see absorption volume. Maybe we'll get a confirmation of strength. We can observe what the differences would be since we're talking about that today. Oh, Deepak. Buyers will, yes, but reaction will confirm. Exactly. You guys got it. You got it. I'm done. You got it down. So is it, right, Deepak, absorption volume? Well, that's a good start, the fact that it closed on the low, right? It's not your usual higher probability, so to speak, right? Sign of strength. You're what's the word I'm looking for? Textbook sign of strength because it closed at the low. Now, again, we're looking at the reaction. Now, of course, if that closes bullish, and over the next few candles, we're not coming down anymore. We've confirmed, even the first bullish reaction, we've actually confirmed that it's strength, right? If this closes barely up, flat, down, right? Especially down, obviously, in the next candle or two, and the volume's low into new low ground, there would be an absorption of demand. Just means simply those that bought here, are looking to buy here. They could be profit taking on sell positions, right? We were talking about. You don't have to know exactly. The point is demand building up here, or is it a one-time thing? Is it confirmed, or is it absorbed, right? Is it continuous, sustained buying in this price area, or is it temporary? Whatever you want to call it. But I think we have the understanding. New thing we covered today. Very good. Roy, it's not the size of the... Having a few drinks? Any sizes. Well, if you can do the reverse up thrust properly, doesn't matter how big the bar is. Come on. All right. As long as you get that climactic action, you're good. Yes. I went to the gotcha bar last night. Ended up doing a reverse up thrust leading to climactic action. It was a good night. Next day, there was no demand. Man, this market is just going with the wind. As soon as I click on it, I just want to not even look, I like, to see what the heck's going on. This is like nonsense to your eyes, right? There's just nothing to pull out of this. Besides the London Open volume, right? What is going on? Nothing. Why? Who knows why? I never worry about the why. Who's doing what, where? Who's not doing things? That we know. Who knows why, right? The why doesn't matter. But that's what it is. Happy to not take a trade. Pete, why are you so patient? Because I don't like losing money. All right, good answer. Oh, Wixie. Yes, bro. Are you up Schitt's Creek? What's happening? Sign of strength? Sign of strength confirmed, but technically this closed at the low. So if we're going like by the textbook, there was still some strong sell pressure. All right, let's look at the 1 minute. Not your textbook sign of strength. Let's look at the 1 minute. Is there really focused high volume off the low as far as strength? No, there is not. Could go either way, right? I think the facts say right now, probability off of facts. This could come up or down right now. Who knows, right? Yeah, strong selling. You look at the 1 minute down there, not much buying, right? There's even volume throughout all of this price. If you look at the 1 minute, it's not focused off of this, right? The 1 minute, it's high, but it's not that high. The 5 minute. Could go either way, right? But we're deep in a fib zone. We have a fake break pattern. That's bullish, right? It's such conflicting information, right? Probability-wise. looking very 50-50, right? The downtrend's not going to continue with too much ease after that. But that's also not a reversal signal either. Very good, is it? Because of that close, because we would want more high volume, because of the 1 minute information, right? So, chart reading. And that's what it tells us. Could go either way. You know, something like the reverse. I'm going to stop. Okay. One day my kid's going to be like, let me check out one of my dad's streams. Oh my God. Stop it. Baiting me. I do it to myself. I can't help it. Turn off the stream, my child. Go do something else. Oh, Wixie. We got nothing else to do but watch Wixie's trade. This is how bad the market is right now. They don't know. Wow. Like a secret. She commented on one of my videos when she was like 4 years old. If you look at one of my old videos, there's a comment that says, "Hi, Daddy," and then she replies to herself, "That's me, Daddy." That's me, Daddy. Oh. Now she's at college level reading, 10 years old. Making adults feel stupid, as planned. Well, if the euro wants to test resistance, maybe we get a range trade on a fake break weakness. Maybe we get maybe a breakout on low volume. I wouldn't touch it while it's still in this range here. Obviously, especially toward the middle. Pound, we already know the deal with that. And really, nothing going on there. Like I said, it didn't look like the pound was really doing its thing, did it? We know what it kind of, behaves like when this setup is happening. We've seen it. That was the first, red light. Red light?
With YouTube Premium, you can lock your phone screen without your video stopping. Keep your audio going with background.
R.I.P. Wixie Dab. It's rough. All right. But see, you got to think about your risk, huh? What you might want to do. Just saying. Not telling you what to do. Got to consider it might not be the sunshine and rainbows today. No, don't tell him to hedge. No, 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 no. He's just learning the trade. Don't. No hedging. No. Troy, no. There'll be no hedging here. He's going to be down 80 pips long and 150 pips short. Going, what the fuck? Where am I? You reduced risk. Okay. That was your decision. I'm just saying be aware. Okay. All right, maybe the euro dollar is going to test the high of that range and do something. It was London Open previously when that started, so I'm not going to read too much into what happened there, as we know. But it's a clear resistance. Maybe we'll get something. So there it is, right? As I said at the time, the activity on the pound is just not what we want to see on this trade. The pound was not doing its thing. The first red light was that the pound yen and the pound dollar were acting completely different leading up to that trade. They were being pushed around by the US dollar and yen. Unlike what we want to see, where the pound anything, pound dollar, pound yen, pound CAD, pound anything, the more the better. We're in correlation lockstep because the activity was on the pound. Smart money's doing something with it. It's that time of day when they do it, and there it is, right? We didn't see that. And then again, secondly, no other confirmation whatsoever on the trade. And we'd be selling it to support in previous lows. Selling low. So if you're learning the London hour trade, this is a good example. I don't think we had a time that we focused in on the fact that, yeah, of course we've talked about it, that the pound has to be doing its thing. It's pound driven. But here's an example of, not much activity on the pound. Just kind of tipping you off. This isn't happening. Even if technically the setup is there. Must be around break even. I think he's in drawdown. Oh, we're back down. All right, well, that's a good sign. Again, 14 EMA, you saw the volume increase the first time, but then also some buying. It wasn't a great sign of strength, as we pointed out. Okay, it's leaning bearish now, right? And then again, test for supply, 14 EMA. You see the close, you see the volume, you see the reaction. Wixie. All right, it's looking a little better. I'm still fine with not taking it, but this is a good lesson in all types of things and chart reading and what you really want to see with this trade. I mean, I could get in now if I really trusted it, right? Nothing's stopping me. I'd be at the same price as Wixie, just getting in right now. So who the heck knows? Now, as far as this, I mean, this is like we're searching for something here. If we test this very obvious resistance in this messy day so far, what I'd rather see for a trade would be high volume fake break. If we're breaking out on low volume, you say, okay, well, it's likely moving up. But that's in a quiet market right now, looking for a trending move. If we have weakness here and a short, we're just still ranging. You see that volume just dropping off. Things are looking a bit quiet. So I'd rather bet on a range than a breakout trend. But who knows? Let's see. Nah, there's no one whale that's going to wake this market up. Not in Forex. There's always a bigger fish in Forex. Many, many, many bigger fish. That would be funny. What's up in the chat? My volume get lower? No, okay. I'm just talking lower. Wixie, you're still confident? Okay. If that is the facts you gathered. I'm not. So there's a lot of volume in the market. It's moving sideways with all that volume for over a day now. So it's going to break higher. We're a lot of well, not today, but yeah, of course, the Thursday and Friday volume. Technically, the result was clear that it was bullish off Friday's volume. Oh, yeah, you know what I kind of noticed here? Remember when this happened? What happened after that? This looks like the euro dollar a few weeks ago, where you did have some weakness and strength close together. But this was going into non-farm. Hopefully it's not a problem. Because, man, that euro dollar, once we saw that, right, strength and weakness close together a few weeks ago, is likely to range. That thing ranged for like, I don't know how many trading days, 6, 7 or something. But if we end up ranging, still, obviously the buying low in this range, and if we do see strong buying down here today, it should pretty much be right confirming accumulation. Also because this lack of supply was shown here, actually. It kind of just hung out there, so that tells you there's not really pre-positioning short anymore like there was. So you do have the imbalance of strength and lack of weakness ever since that. So this would be nice today. All right, typically this stuff is closer to the U.S. Open than the news. Today, no high impact news. But timing wise, 3, 4, 5 hours from now, yeah. Of course, could scalp in the meantime, but these conditions are like not doing anything. What's up in the chat? Tomorrow live session, yes, I am planning on tomorrow. I knew a girl that loved it when I was clapping bars to get. Pound yen is like a dead fish. Wiggled a little bit. Dead fish. That's what you call it. New term. Dead fish. There you go. It might spasm here and there, but yeah, it's dead. Ready to be eaten. Dead fish. It's still alive? No, that's muscle memory. It's dead fish. Give it to me raw and wiggling. Yep, that's it. Dead fish. I like that. Man, are we bored? Dead fish. Still wiggles a little bit, but it goes nowhere. Don't be fooled. One boring ass market right now. See if this happens. My guess, if we pop up there, it's going to do this, but it's going to be crap. As far as the volume, it just won't be enough. It'll be like, yeah, take a bad short, because volume is going to be like that. Right. Here you get into good territory. London open volume, very nice for a short, right? The higher the better. I have a feeling it'll be slightly increased and just F around. Who knows? I mean, is this really like a stop hunt on shorts and everything going on up there? Maybe. Well, we'll see if we can get there. It's something to look at. Jeez. Dead fish. Dead fish. Dead fish. Wixie. Dead fish. Oh, it's going up. Nah, it's dead fish. This accumulation or? Nah, it's dead fish. That's it. It's stuck. That's what it is now. Yeah, if I do it, you got to do it. You guys want to manipulate some markets, we could do that. I wouldn't do that in the FOREX. Is this legal? Can we do this? I mean, there are cryptos that are just... You put on a... You know, you buy $500 worth of some of these slow cryptos, and the price will move to fill you off of that little. $5,000, $7,000 worth, and you move the price. I mean, we could do things if we want to think about that. I talked about this before, you know, I don't know. I have no idea, like, the law when it comes to this. It sounds very manipulative. I don't know. But isn't that how it works anyway? We're the smart money. But you take something like OXT, and I always go back to that one because it's already happening. I'm waiting for the next one. It's already happening over here. It's being worked and massaged. Look at this. I've shown this before. Look at this. This is 8-10 times gain here. 8 times gain. Times from these positions. So you see how it takes this time, right, for accumulation, and then this is a coordinated effort. I don't know if it's one person, a group. This is very obvious, right? Cha-ching, 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 right? Waiting for the next one. But the whole history of this thing is to hang out at low prices so you can take your time, build it up. And then, all right, guys, today's the day. Everybody buy at once and put your limit orders in. Get ready. And hopefully plenty of people will chase that breakout, help our pump and dump. You can do it when generally cryptos are moving up. The high tide raises all ships, so to speak. There are programs buying along with you if it's an up day on cryptos. How to trade a dead fish. That would be not to trade it. Sounds like FTX. It sounds like every huge trader's method of trading and how they got there. Because most people sitting at home lose. Sounds like good old trading to me. Coordinated efforts? No. Can't do that. FTX, yeah, that's another story. That's misrepresentation to investors and all kinds of stuff there. That is obviously illegal. This, I don't know. I mean, I know it's, certain people can do these things and that's fine. They can do whatever they want. We're not one of those people. Produce our own tokens. Oh, God. But I've accumulated OXD. I'm waiting for the next pump. It's as simple as having your limit orders in there. You wake up one day and they've been taken out. Because that's the history of this thing. Kind of overdue. Should we do the next pump ourselves? We'd have to really look at how much it would cost to take out all those orders. How you doing there, Wixie? There's nothing else to do. Oh, you're hanging on there. All right. Dead fish. Dead fish. Oh, my God. Good, man. Don't reward him for this crappy trade. Hey, it's your decision. I'm just kidding around. Out here looking at dead fish. Average daily volume is 80 million on OXT? If it's 80 million, oh, that's good to know. I guess you have ways of finding that out, huh? So 80 million a day, and then divided by 24 will give you the average per hour. Divided by 60 will give you the average 5 minute. You could also see the orders sitting there up higher at higher prices in your broker's dome or whatever they call it. And if you look at a few of the big ones, Coinbase, right, and a few others, and you'd have to kind of add those up, see what you're up against. There's probably even ones that are easier to move than OXT. I'm sure there is. But you'd really have to take your time accumulating slowly. I mean, you are the big money in these very, very slow, small cryptos. You'll see how it really is to put in an order that moves the market, and waiting for others to sell, and getting in at low prices, and all that. you would be the smart money if you're building up large positions on one of those cryptos. You know. Looking at dead fish today. Oh, it's going to come down without even testing. And no weakness. Man, this market is just so quiet. Problem with crypto is the creator of the coin still have 1 billion they are more than willing to sell to you. Sorry, not that exciting today. Not that exciting. For me, it's simple. When the charts are like this, do nothing, and I just listen. That could be a lesson in itself.
Remember all those years of fighting. They were a blessing in disguise. You've now built a mountain that waits for you to climb. You've been touched by the hurt. You've been touched by the joy. When you think of the love, when you think of that chance you got for living, soon you'll be off to where you belong. Touch ones I never wrong. How many times has that's been true for the people just like me and you? Take your mind off the past. Your spirit's grown, so don't judge so fast. It's all coming down, and soon you know why. You were born to raise your spirit high. You've been touched by the hurt. You've been touched by the joy.
All right. Just checking in. What's happening? Go Wixie. Everything else is dead fish. Oh, we said it here, right? This is when we said it. Ah, okay. It's starting to lean bearish. There we go. We knew it there. Six 618 overshoot. Probably going to get there. Yeah, no issue with any large demand here. Oh, somebody just bought. But yeah, pretty much floating down pretty good. Maybe it'll go. Maybe it's dead fish. All right. Yeah, still low volume. But are we seeing low volume because the market's just dead? Okay, this had a spike. All right. Kind of dead. Well, there's a fake break here potentially forming. I mean, this trade is kind of just nowhere. It's a swing point. It's a support. It's not truly a fake break of this whole deal, which would be here. Into the fib. Volume, could be better. Close, closed on the low. What's happening? Is the US dollar coming down? Or there's just some buying on the pound? A little of both. Yeah, kind of feels like making something out of nothing. Let's see how it ends up. I absolutely did not. Yeah, there's just nothing to do. Nothing to project. This long, nah. Not enough volume, not a good close. So I'm not even considering that at the moment. Just nothing here. Gotta take it as it comes. I'm gonna pause my screen for a second. I think I'm going to change the title of this live stream to Dead Fish Trading. Dead Fish Trading. No trading. There is a slight chance that we're done for the year. Sorry, just telling you. I've seen it. Don't mean to be a downer. I've seen December hits and bam, the market is done. See you in January. I know, so sad, huh? Not yet. I have seen it. Like literally maybe twice. Maybe 2 or 3 times the most in I don't know, 15 years or whatever. But it happens. Oh no. You know, we already, before last Friday, we already had an issue with low volume. But it wasn't dead fish. We were getting trades. We were doing it live. Scalps, whatever. London, hour trade. But generally the volume was low. And then we finally got, right, all this low. And then we finally got, last week, the non-farm and building up to it Thursday. All right, but is this the big news? And then we're going back to this stuff again? Right. Range. Remember how it started? Gosh. Get some news, and then we go back to low volume, maybe. I mean, if we're done for the year, if it's going to be quiet for the most part, except for news moves, and then going back to being quiet again, and that's typically what you'll get for the new guys. You'll see it move on news, and you go, "Oh, hey, the market's waking up." And it's December 14th. Oh, we got some action. No, and then, it just stops. 20 minutes after news, it just goes to sleep, wherever it is. So who knows when that's going to hit? This could be it. We were already slow going in. I don't know why. Who knows why? The why. Who knows? Quiet. Rangy. Just being realistic. We'll take it as it comes. See how the week turns out. I'd like to put it off, but don't have any control over that. Last year you were trading until the 24th. Well, Troy, of course you were. But yeah, last year I don't remember particularly. It would probably stick out in my head if last year was a whole December of slow. No. Yeah, no, I don't remember it that way. But it happened in like 2015 or something, 2014. That I clearly remember around that time. But we'll take it as it comes. Just keep moving this thing over. Fruit Loops. What does that mean? The Wixie trade, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing there, Wixie? There it is. 618 overshoot. Watch out for buyers. Look at the 1 minute. Okay, not terrible. Not terrible. But that wide spread, like it either needs to keep going or else, you know. But that 1 minute could have been much worse. That's not bad. There's such a wide spread. Closing near the low. Reaction so far, lower prices. You got this. This is a funny ass group we got going. Odd group of characters. Are we doing that again? I forgot about widespread. Oh, I've got to work that one in too. Jeez, I never realized how these VSA terms. Tom. Dirty old man. What was on Tom's mind? Talking about widespread and upthrust, climactic. Tommy, you dirty old man. I'm sorry, guys. I really mean nothing by it. It's not like that. Okay, Tom. Okay. Look at this wishful thinking. I've moved this over 5 times already. It won't even get there. You know what's worse than a range? Because a range is tradable. Buy low, sell high. A shrinking range, right? A wedge. Lower highs and higher lows. And volume dying. I won't say it. I will. Dead fish. Where's Carbon? He's supposed to be here. Hey, Carbon, did you learn dead fish today? All right, Wixie. Bit of buying. Ideally, when you're managing a trade, you see that amount of buying while you're short. Depending on where you are in your profit area, you can see where the close is, right? That's what I always say. If this closes down on lower volume again, absorption, we're calling it, right? There you go. But it's looking like confirmation of sign of strength. And whoever was calling out Wixie, take some profit. Yes, good call. Well, it's 618 overshoot, we know. Ooh, a little sell pressure just hit again. But yeah, buyers are showing up. Technically, you got a sign of strength confirming if it closes up. It's not huge volume, though. It's a mild, medium amount of buying. You kind of always expect at this price area to see some buying anyway. 618 overshoot. I just consider it a good price. Probably a bunch of stop losses down through there. I mean, along with how we would do it, there's going to be profit taking there. So that might be a factor. Cool as a cucumber. There you go. Yeah, this is starting to get boring, huh? Definitely not enough volume on these lower prices for me to consider buying. All right, if we're looking at the pound yen, that's not enough. This guy is so stuck in the middle of the range, AU. No way. At least, again, test the high, low, the range, right? Trade the range, volume confirming. We're stuck in the middle. Again, here, when I go long off of that, no. Yeah, maybe a little no supply here, but is this it? Like it's time to move up off of that? Needs to be a little more activity. Could take a long scalp if it starts to trend, but are we really trending? Is anything trending? Yeah, I just wouldn't feel confident getting in anything in this environment. You know how it's supposed to behave. This ain't it. For the moment. Plenty of time today. Time for a salad. That sounds good. Where's Mark? I don't know. Don't ask. You're baiting me. I remember when I was younger, I was stuck in the middle once of a wide spread. Now we're talking about cucumbers. This is just the boredom. Yeah, 618 overshoot. Gonna find some buyers. It's just gonna happen. If I was in this short at this point, I would have taken partial profit, but I wouldn't close the whole thing. Not enough strength at 618 to make me say, okay, I need to get out. That's that. Not enough strength to close the whole thing. I would definitely get rid of risk. We'll call this video Absorption Volume Explained, plus 3 hours of dead fish. If the market is ranging, can it turn around on not so much volume? Of course. Well, there's a couple of different circumstances that can cause a range. Don't talk about ranges. You can get a range because, right, I've shown recently, especially the 1 hour backgrounds, you can see you can get a range because you have high volume demand, high volume supply. They're close together. And you have sort of, right, you get stuck in the middle. I've shown that happen. Then you can have a range for a completely different reason, which is that the market's just quiet, right? Goes down, you can hit a little more buying. Goes up, you'll hit a little more selling. But, right, it's kind of what we're seeing, this stuff. And that the reason for that range is just it's quiet, right? Some of these points where we would see some nice pre-positioning, that's London Open. So besides that, since London Open, right, that's ranging just because of lack of activity. So depends on the reason for the range. Yeah, of course, it can now go a little higher than these last 3 swings and do nothing volume-wise and just kind of float back down. Yeah. But, of course, you have those 2 scenarios, and then if volume is actually showing over, supply-demand imbalance, then you, of course, have accumulation or distribution or reaccumulation, redistribution stuff. But then the range could be for those 2 reasons, right? High volume, but it's balanced. Or low volume is just quiet. Those are the 2 reasons I have found you can get a range. But as far as high probability trading a range, this wouldn't be it. It would be the other, where you could see consistently, right, weakness on for some fairly high volume at the highs, fake breaks, strength at the lows, fake breaks, and you could trade the range. Yeah. This is like, nah. You're not trading along with any big money, right, in this case. In that case, you would be. So they don't really have your back here. It's kind of like, when things pick up, it could do whatever. Who knows? And then you start to work off that. Yeah, dead fish. There you go. We've coined the term today. Cool.
YouTube Music Premium is an experience that gives you complete control of your music. So you can listen without ads, download unlimited music for offline play, and keep your songs playing in the background. Get YouTube Music Premium. Try 1 month free.
Tell you a story. Nothing's coming to mind. Carbon. Oh, you're here. What's up, man? Today's lesson was dead fish. Did you catch that? My video is gonna start getting recommended like with fishing videos because keywords. I'll put it in the title. Good story. The market's just very slow. The volume indicator, right? It's very low. The bars, price is going sideways. You see that there? So if the big money isn't doing anything, you see it with low volume. That means you can't do anything as far as following them if they're not active. So we call it dead fish because it looks like it might be doing something. It moves, it twitches a little bit, but it's dead. When to not trade. Dead fish. Parentheses. What is going on here? All right, good. I mean, if we got into a trade, we pretty much would be stuck. Well, it would just be no reason to, but yeah, it would just be flopping around. Story, I don't know. Coco, how are you? Look. Wicks, are you out? Bill is saying. Did it pop up? Oh. That probably hit your break even. I would let it hit my break even. Carbon. I'm going to ban you, stop. Yeah, he missed the best session. This is the worst, most boring live session ever. Because the market decides these things. We end up sitting here. Wixie took a risky trade. We were all rooting him on. There's nothing else to do. Always the best session when you're making money. You know what's second best, though, is not losing money. It would also be the best. I did that. That's good. Or stuck in a trade for 2 hours and like it's going to go with the wind. Trying to figure out how to get out. But again, yeah, we looked at the London hour trade, and that was the pound communicating that it just wasn't active and doing what it normally does at that time of day. So there was no trade there, and then you see these just very quiet ranges. This, at least, if we could test the higher low, get some activity, rejection, trade the range, sell up there, buy low. Can't even get there. Keep moving this thing over. And hopefully it's not getting quiet for the month, for the year. We had a little issue with low volume before the end of the last week's news picked it up, but maybe we'll go back to quiet again. Which is not always bad. We've been doing okay. Been doing good. But yeah, we might have more and more of this stuff. Is smart money buying at this level? Well, on which pair in particular are you asking? Generally, no. We're not seeing the activity, right? We would definitely be talking about that. Dead fish. Yeah, that's the story today. Quiet, lack of any high volume pre-positioning, anything going on. I mean, either they're waiting for something, waiting for news, waiting for U.S. session, or we're just in a quiet phase. It happens. I pointed out this long at the time, said, no, it's not quite good enough. So I did pass on that. More volume here, like I said at the time, and it really properly closing off the low, ideally, and more activity on that rejection. Along with the drop in volume on supply, it could have been a little better. And again, in this environment, I would want something clean. Carbon, no, don't ask Carbon to tell us. I'm losing control here. Everybody out. Stop asking about Mark. God, I know we're bored. Can we just end the session? End the stream. Hey! This crap trade that I've talked myself into looking for my setup. How much volume would I need to actually go short here? I ask myself right now. This was London Open volume. This was the highest volume since. I would need at least that, right? See what happens. 1 minute. There's something. The more volume, the better. On this crappy dead fish trade. Let's see what happens. I would have nailed 30 pips on you, Dodrada. Yeah. If it was a little better. I'm keeping my standards up. Because the alternative is I take a loss on something that wasn't that, could have been better. And that would be regrettable. No regrets. But yeah, it had some probability in it. But, you see it. The higher volume, the better, right? So it's there, but it could be better, in the close. And then the drop in supply here is nice. Relative to that. So, a safe entry in that pattern would be here. I know, Troy, you're already up by that point. You're getting in here, right? The doesn't mean I always wait till this point. You've probably seen me not. But that's the textbook, strength test entry. I didn't invent this pattern. Doesn't mean you can't go sooner or whatever. Wix, what's the outcome? Gotta tell us, man. I would be happy just to not lose money in the situation that you got yourself in. Why'd you drop now? Ooh. All right, I'll bite, Carbon. Joe who? I'll bite. Joe who? Hey, Carmen, let me tell you about D's. You're still in? Okay. I know you closed partial, so you're still in with partial. Okay. You'll give us the final outcome. Joe Biden. Oh, gosh. We'll say Joe Mama. So anyone joining the stream who doesn't normally attend very often? Yeah, we usually have more going on as far as, the charts and stuff. Ugh, look how wimpy that is. I can't short that. But it's floundering around. The market is floundering. You see what I did there? We don't see high volume, smart money pre-positioning. We don't see supply, demand, and balance. We don't see clean structure. No test of an important area with an answer, clear answer. We figured we were going to be in accumulation on a down move. We don't see those signs of accumulation. We just don't see much of anything. Bit of buying on the pound. We saw that in real time. Nothing that I wanted to get in. This is when we were saying, Wixie, get out. But he's still in it. Yeah, that really is going to be the name of this video. So all you know, if you ever want to go back and watch some live streams, just skip this one. Dead fish session. Floundering. Yeah, I don't know if that's good or bad right now. When you called it a book partial, okay, at the 618 overshoot, okay. And it's all good learning. And just so everybody knows, you're trading a very small account for demo sometimes, or a small account for learning purposes. He's not, sorry to actually share that personal information, Wixie, but I think you've already said it. The point is, you're learning. You're not, it's okay to just gain that experience. Gain the experience, yep. Which you're doing very fast. Very good. Every trade, you probably learn something, right? Every Friday, you look back and say, that was a good week. I learned stuff. Very good. Some people go into that, too soon. So you're good. The last thing you need is that extra element of it being real money that matters to you, like while you're learning. I always say that. You have to enjoy it. You can't add this stress factor too early. That's a whole other thing to deal with. Once you know what's going on, then you get to that. Yeah, exactly. Nothing worse than worrying about real money when you're losing or when you're just learning, and the process of learning should be fun. And then it becomes stressful. So, yep, very good. Very sensible group we have here. That's because we all want to learn how to read the chart properly. We're not looking for a quick answer or to just follow somebody. Create some stochastic MA crossovers or RSIs. Tends to get you a better group, right? I'm clicking around for no reason. What would I even do right now? Let's see. I guess I would look to get long the pound is what I would do. If I had to get into a trade. It's still in the range. A whole lot of nothing for today. It's starting to move. So obviously that volume wasn't high enough for the short, as I said at the time. Is it more likely to break out, right? In this quiet choppiness, expecting a trend, maybe? Things are picking up, maybe? Well, off it goes. We got some action. Let's see. Dollar coming down. Well, we came in today saying the background was bullish. We didn't see much high volume demand coming in at low prices, reaccumulation. A little bit on the pound there, not much else. But if we start trending up, especially if we're really seeing lack of supply, maybe we're actually doing it. It's starting to mark up. There could be a scalp entry, and as far as, how it's supposed to look, we all kind of know. It might be happening here. We don't want the chop if we're looking for a scalp and a trending move, but maybe it's starting to happen. On some of them, the dollar pairs. Weak US dollar just hit sort of out of nowhere, right? Bit of strength beforehand, but, really nothing. Hit some low volume up here, ended up going further, so yeah, we're not hitting supply here. Of course, the no short trade is likely a real breakout, unless we see suddenly high volume and get squashed. What's back there? Just a swing point. I do want this fib. Would not be surprised if that still comes around. Yep. Not much volume up here. It looks like a real breakout. Could get a break test, 14 EMA thing. Are we going with a breakout trade right now? In this quietness? It is picking up, though. Yeah, it could have been a nice one, GU. The high of the day, euro-dollar. Well, that's the importance here. The lower the volume is, the more it's going to likely push up, break out to the upside. Pound dollar almost there, high of the day. All right, we'll see. This is a chance. Maybe things are waking up. Chance to get something. You see it, Troy? Nothing complicated. Fake break pattern, the volume, which could have been there, but it's there to some extent, right? The low volume, this particular behavior, the drop in volume. Nothing fancy. More volume, better close, I would have been in it. That's all right. Keep my standards high. That's all right. Yeah, the pound dollar looks like real deal markup style buying. They're pushing up the price intentionally. It's not to sell into. It's lack of supply. That's why I can make so much progress on low volume. Nobody's selling. That's a good time to jump in and do that. I suppose when things are just quiet, you get more bang for your buck. How much selling was really going to happen there? If a handful of entities started marking up the price, not much in the way. Well, let's see what happens up here. It's like our first normal move. Now let's see, like, can we get a story? Can we get it in balance? Don't use dead fish as a negative. It's supposed to be negative. It's when the market is dead, but it twitches a little bit. All right, not allowed to use it. It's floundering. Gotta say that. No, I think you got the wrong carbon. Must be the other carbon. Interesting that we can move this much without much volume increase. Like low liquidity, just kind of throw it around. Doesn't take a lot. Wixie, at first took some risk off. Oh, when it was in drawdown, yeah, okay. So partial loss. Then you book. No, so GJ hit stop loss, few lot remaining, which. So you have a net loss. It's fine. It's on demo. You're learning. Oh, it looks like it will hit stop loss. Okay. You're still in? Wait a second. All right. Right. Previous 5-minute swing. So maybe you're at like 75, 76. All right, we're keeping it clean. Keep it clean. No. Stop it. Gonna get booted. You still think I bought the pound dollar? No, I don't take secret trades when I'm streaming. Usually, no. I usually say I'm putting a position on, I'll tell you. No, I didn't. I stick to my rules. Stick to my standards. What could we do with this now if we're picking up? Is that enough volume to sell? No. That's high of the day, fake break. It could try again and hit more volume. It could come down and hit strength and then expect maybe to blow through that. Not quite enough for me to sell there, though. If that was higher volume, it's a nice close. Rejection, fake break, high of the day. Right? And simply put, right, the higher the volume, the better. We're looking to sell. So we're looking at that when we really could be getting some better stuff. And then from there, 14 EMA, right? Lack of demand, look for the test. Break test continuation, failing. Off of this high. So generally around there would be the, later, safer textbook entry waiting for the test. But maybe we can pop up again and get some more volume on the weakness to get it going better, right? That's what's missing. But a good old, sideways range, nothing going on. Fake break of the high of the day on high volume weakness. Yeah, I would take that. It's the range, right? It's a range trade, but it's actually backed up by volume. It's not just floundering, but we need more volume. Some profits have also been booked due to not suffer much loss. Okay, so you limited the loss, so to speak. Okay, very good. You managed it based on what you were seeing. A couple of little scrapes, but no broken bones. Okay, good. That's the thing, Wixie, you got to see as you manage trades more and more. Trying to avoid the whole position getting hitting the stop loss. When the charts say, okay, look out. Manage that thing. But yeah, you're getting that. You got that already, I think. I think you already got that. What can we do with this? None of the following for the sell here, and we'll see what comes next. Same here. Floundering. Dead, you know what? Yeah, could be reaching a little, but this is likely going to back to the low. Because of the lack of buying here, 618 overshoot, right? That becomes the projection here. If demand doesn't come in very soon, right? 1 minute says new low ground, we'll find out. Not much. Chasing a breakout, huh? Oh my god. The lower the volume, the better. And the closer it is to closing out the low, the better. What's going on? Yen strength also? Yeah. Well, not the greatest conditions. I wouldn't take a big risk. But if this closes at or near the low, lower volume, the better. It's likely going to that 940-ish, 9140-ish. 25 pips or so. So that's breaking out into new low ground. Not for the day, but off support. And the yen hasn't broken out, but if that does, then that's a good combination of weak Australian dollar, strong yen. Hartman's just being a clown. Yeah, I'm thinking about the AJ. I wouldn't go big. I'm thinking about the AJ. The lower the better on the volume. How much time is left? Not much. The lower the volume, the better. So we have this on the lower side, but it's not, it's not this stuff. There's a bit of an increase. If it's moving up, let it. So this is the kind of thing where if this volume was, right, again, the lower the better. It could have been down with this stuff, and that would say, okay, really, it's likely just falling. But you have a bit and then a pop-up as a result, so it's not like this complete lack of demand at the moment. But it's still generally low. I mean, to go and break a support and only see that, it still seems more likely to go. 5-minute close. It didn't close by the low, but really no volume increase there. I feel like it's worth maybe a small position. Let me see. This, I would like to see that break to the upside. Yen index. So it's not just the weak Australian dollar. And it's a nice matchup. Troy, is that good or bad to short? Talking to a chartist. Probably means good to short. That's my guess. I don't do fundies. Well, if it's sitting here, if it's moving up, nothing to do. If this closes down from the previous, that kind of helps. The fact that this did actually close around the middle. But the volume is nice and low. Again, we saw the 1 minute had a bit of activity. So it's not a complete lack of demand falling off a cliff. But more likely to go still. It's got a break to the upside. That would help a lot. It would be weak Australian dollar and strong yen. Don't quite have the strong yen. Rangy. So that has nothing to do with the down move. So that'll just add to it. Add some fuel. Meanwhile, was there anything else brewing? I mean, you could look for the long scalp here, but we're into the high of the day where you saw some weakness. Not my favorite spot. Didn't quite test the 14 EMA yet anyway, technically. But considering this short, it's the low volume breakout perhaps. You have this 618 overshoot, which initially showed some buying. See less, until it's disappearing here. The demand, right, to buy here is dwindling. It's going. That's the only potentially thing right. I mean, if you know my stuff, that's all there is right now, right? I wouldn't go big risk on it. These conditions are but I have not entered yet. Higher interest rate usually strengthens your currency unless the big boys were expecting more. Yeah, that's what I was thinking with the U.S. dollar as they were, right? We just had that run a couple months ago as they were raising interest rates and the dollar shot up like crazy. But yeah, and then it could have the opposite because of so-and-so, right? Whatever. That's why I don't listen to fundies. Oh, it could do this or that. I really don't know. All right, looks like from a seller's perspective, they're being very patient, but not, doing some crazy markdown style here. But if you're really getting a lack of demand, it might just kind of fall over. Break, test, continuation. How about a line for that? No. That's a pretty clean rejection right there. Let's see if that follows through. Yeah, Bill, yeah. Charts don't lie. That's all I figured out, yeah. There's a little follow through on that break test, huh? Yeah, I'll put a position on that. Yeah. No high risk, but I put something on that AJ short. I did take that short there. Really not risking much on a day like today, though. Stop loss. I'll just throw it at, let's see, whatever right now, 12 pips. Why isn't it letting me update? 12. Look at all that volume coming in now all of a sudden. Ooh. Okay. 12 pip stop. All of a sudden there's high volume. Right now all of a sudden. That's weird. 3 minutes before the top of the hour. No news. But yeah, I'm keeping the risk small in this. Maybe New York session, I would like to see the volume obviously pick up. We don't have high impact news, but see some cleaner high volume pre-positioning for something before I would actually do my normal risk. When does the market start up after Christmas in your experience? End of January. I'm normally back, the first normal Tuesday. It could take a little bit. But usually, no, it's not a long wait. Definitely by the second week. Let me see a calendar. Oh, okay. The first Tuesday is January 3rd, so that might still be a little slow, but no. By the end of the first week of January, we should be back to normal. Definitely by the second week. So yeah, no, we're keeping it clean, Carbon. Keeping it clean. I'm gonna kick you out. So suddenly, high volume popped up in a price area that we didn't see any high volume for a while. So it's being a little wacky. See what it looks like on the 5-minute. It's still more likely to break with that initial reaction, but what is that randomness right there? Let's see. This is breaking out. That's going to help. If this breaks out for real, should be fine. Your entry point. Do what you see fit. Yeah, I don't like this volume here. That's not something you normally see, right? Where you can get into new low ground for 2 5-minute candles and see the volumes just flat, and then you're still in that area and you get higher volume. That's not the usual behavior. So if it breaks above the swing high here, a little swing high, I might just close it. Tiny loss. That's not the right behavior there. That is rare. When was the last time you saw that? Like I say with scalps, keep the losses small and then you can be a scalper. You can't do that, don't scalp. I may give it a couple of pips above this little swing point and then I'll just close it. That is not something you see very often. Kind of act like news came out suddenly or something. All right, so either it gets squashed down here or I'll just get out. Because also we're looking at the, to be technical about it, failing the breakout, fake breakout, bullish pattern. So if that closes into range, that becomes a bullish pattern. There's not volume supporting a bounce, but the pattern becomes bullish. I mean, I could wait for a 14 EMA test. My stop loss is up here, right? I could trim it down. But the volume is what makes it all of a sudden a little weird. So this close is kind of important. Still have a few minutes on it, but again, right, if it closes above the support, it's a bullish pattern. So you're short with that. Consider that piece of information as not being good. But if we close down, maybe we make some more progress to the downside. On low volume, that's actually very good. It's just confirming break test a couple of times, whatever. So the close of this is kind of important. Also, as a result of that higher volume, right? What's the result? In those terms also. Dead fish trading. Anything else of interest? Nothing happened there. Flat volume at these highs. Euro dollar, pound dollar. They're still just not doing much. AU is stuck still in the range. Dying activity. What am I doing in a trade? Small risk. I stuck to my rules, but I kept my risk low. Not going to be a big deal. Again, if we can start seeing some real volume into U.S. session, though, it'll be worth risking more, I think. See this close. Troy, have a good one. Yeah, most likely I'll be here tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Wait. Oh, yeah. Most likely I'll be here tomorrow. Most likely. All right, cool. Bill, you're out too? Okay. Yeah, probably be here tomorrow. I'll hang out a bit. Manage this at least. See what else may come up. So that closed down. I mean, not down, but as far as it's not a confirmation of the fake break, closing back above the support. Was a bit neutral. Ugh, how ugly. Nobody's into this breakout, right? It's so slow. Who's taking this breakout? But as far as management and something to do and talk about, as I've been saying, closing back above this level is key. And it hasn't done that yet. So it's still technically, potentially the break test. A bit more volume in this price area, right? If we can get that downward result on decreased volume, we should be good to go. Kind of slow to decide here, right? Yeah, not surprising today. Music. You're in it? Yeah, I figured it was worth a bit of a risk, as far as not a huge risk. Just because I am following at least my rules in this kind of, not the greatest environment. Are things really going to trend right now? Is there enough activity for that? A limited position size, but it is by the rule book, the way I do it. We'll see. Staying below here on a close is key. Some higher volume, getting a lower close as a result on less volume than those two. would be a good sign. And there's our break test continuation pattern.
We're in the 21st century, but still trillions of philosophies. You see, everybody's right, everybody's wrong when it comes to real trouble. Who's singing trouble songs? Who's to blame for
See what's brewing down here. Okay, low volume into low prices would be ideal.
everybody grab your shield, play the game, the field is real. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. No
Is this guy breaking out? Yes. Problem is the Australian dollar found a little bit of buying, but at least the strong yen is going to help. That is going to help. Keep going. And it's just kind of sitting here. We can't make progress on the close too much.
trouble here, trouble there, trouble lurking everywhere. It's the piece of the pie that's about to say bye-bye. It's the look
You watch Andrew Tate videos? Yeah. That is one entertaining dude. Hilarious. They may be a little extreme in some, but hey, do you? That's fine. In some areas, I'd say if you do 50% Andrew Tate, you're a 50%. That's cool. That's fine. I don't need the Bugatti. That's okay. I don't need that life. If that's what you want, fine. But go 50% Andrew Tate life. Go half. He's a little too much on the radar. I mean, according to him, people are trying to kill him. I'm not surprised. A little too high profile. But hey, do you? I keep an eye on him. He's not done. He's just getting started. Love him or hate him, I'm just saying. He's just getting started. Guy has resources. Who's Andrew Tate? You don't like him? Coco, I guess you could just, I mean, if you search, you'll get plenty of stuff to watch, plenty of content. He's just kind of playing the system. He's a clone of who? This is the lamest breakout I've ever seen. Even the yen running up, it still can't go. Still seems more likely to break to the downside. Otherwise, I would just get out. Down 1 pip or whatever I am now. But yeah, the longer it sits here, I'm not going to like it. Might start closing some. Oh, a clown. Oh, it's definitely a clown. He meant clown. There are clones. That's another story. There's a celebrity who all of a sudden looks completely different. Shall I say? Female singer. Like, who is this? Who are you? Botched clone. But anyway, yes, no, he's definitely a clown. I think everyone would agree with that one. He'll say things just to get reactions out of people that I don't even think he means. Because then, like, you'll see him in a conversation, and then all of a sudden, afterwards, when the person's gone, he'll be like, "I don't believe half the shit I said. I was just playing with them. You know, I was just messing." Like, you're a clown. Okay. Oh, okay. Let's go. And we got some volume on this, of course. Can we just do this? Can we do this? No buyers, no whammies. There we go. Trying to break into new low ground. Oh, look at all that volume. Get out of here. Stop it. Gosh. We don't want that. Best thing you could see, as I say, if you're in a... Repeat myself again, I think, today. You're short and you see some volume. Could be demand coming in. Depending on where you are, you might want to trim it down, move stop to break even. You might want to do nothing. Waiting for a bullish reaction. Because if we continue to close down, that's actually good. But as soon as we get a pop up, you start to see it in the price popping up. Get a higher close as a reaction to this. I could close it, down 1 pip, whatever I am at here. Right now I'm up a pip. So I'm just listening to the chart the whole time, right? As far as not closing it yet, because we didn't get the 5-minute close up, right? As far as this, listening, that's all I'm doing to manage the trade. No big ideas of my own, no expectations. Seeing this volume into new low ground, or at least at support, I need to see a good follow through. Otherwise, it's demand coming in, right? So, okay, following through. The art of trade management. It's whatever the chart says. Then you won't look back and say, why did I do that? You'll see why you did that. And it made sense based on the information available. So if activity picks up, we better speed up the down move. Otherwise, we have found some demand, some buyers, right? It's logical. Okay, yeah, we're getting a pop-up here. Dealing with the new support, break or fake break. Ah, what a pain. Five-minute close. Failed the breakout. What's happening now here? This might actually come down. That's not good. The yen index. Generally, still a lot of bearish candles on these yen pairs. Bars. Not too much issue with strength here, really. Well, sitting short on the AJ, little position, trying to work with what we got today. Some slow conditions. Flat volume, no pre-positioning. Is this a real breakout or a fake breakout? That's probably a real breakout. Chasing the high of the day break, not my favorite thing to do. Meanwhile, I sold this in the low of the day. Still not my favorite. Oh, there it goes. All right, so what are we looking at here? The projection, again, I deleted it. The projection was to go to support, just simply because that's a simple projection when you get through this area with lack of demand, which we saw is why we took it. Simply, you're going to normally where you drew that fib from. Now, of course, if there's strength or any issue before that, the chart will tend to warn you. But that becomes the projection now. Well, that was when I got in it. I'd like to move my stop to break even. I would like that. Oh, look at the volume there. See, I just need a reason. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, that's a lot of volume into new low ground. Maybe I'll do it. It really actually is. Yeah, I'm moving my stop to break even. Again, it's like if volume's going to increase while you're short, that down move better speed up. Otherwise, right? It is buyers. It's factual. Why wouldn't it speed up and go down faster? On high activity, it's got to be some buying coming in. So I moved my stop to break even. I needed a legit reason. I didn't do it randomly. The 1 minute chart, you see, that's the highest volume in since London opened practically. You know, that's high volume into low prices there. So okay, it gave me a reason. I hadn't managed the trade up until this point. But if it pops up now, right, we certainly got warned. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the final outcome, dear ladies and gentlemen, pound yen trade is I closed my trade at no loss and no winning streak still. Oh, cool. We got our break even. Okay, good. All right, so yeah, either this thing's really going to go real breakout or I'll just get out at break even. That's fine. I mean, it is a scalp, but I was going to, look for a little more, even if it's not the whole move down. Let's update it again. Break test. Okay. It'll be nice if this thing runs. I didn't get a big position on it, but we've been here for 3.5 hours watching Wixie's trade. Oh, don't come up off of that volume, please. We have a little fun today. My stop is at break even, and it's 4 pips away. I do not like that strength showing up here. Trying to work with what I got, but that's what I'm comfortable with. 10 pairs showing some strength now. Yeah, that doesn't help. Yeah, I'm trying. Terrible, Wixie? You didn't enjoy that? Well, you knew the circumstances going in. It was a demo, of course, you're learning. Very good. Obviously, I didn't take it. We talked about why. I like the fact that you got out with no loss. Very good. A lesson in trade management again.
Even when your screen's off or you're using other apps. Now, listening is give YouTube Music Premium.
Oh, that was your real account. Okay, cool. Break even. You're sitting at home trading, you're a break even for today, you're doing better than 87% of traders. Probably true. I'm hanging on by a thread on this thing. It's really fine if it takes me out. Look at that volume. Look at that reaction. Fake break now confirmed. Yeah, go ahead, take me out. That's really fine. Trying over here. I'm still in. I'm up literally 1 pip. Two, 1, 2. How am I still in this? My stop is at break even, right? Yes, okay. I mean, my broker could take me out. I wouldn't even question it. Up 1 pip right now. Trying. Oh, there we go. I'm out. Yeah. I'm out. Out at break even. Tried. Meanwhile, I could put my attention elsewhere. What else is happening? Yeah, possibly long scalps. This is likely to break still to the upside, the pound, because of that low volume. We're just testing for sellers here. They're not showing up. That's likely breaking. Got a little volume here. See if it leads to a higher close. Yeah, not too much volume on that breakout now here. We knew the background was bullish today. It could be, a lot of you know the scalp entries. Could be a long scalp. If you're not seeing weakness on the way up, right? Certainly not. This will see the outcome. See the outcome there. The trade tires you, yeah. That's good, though. Good experience. Yeah, I might end the session. Dead fish. Well, EJ might hit this. Here I'm looking at shorting again. See if we get a proper test of the 14. We could look at this stuff in the Discord. That's not bad. This guy still isn't terrible. But as far as a breakout, it's a little shitty. Kind of close to the low now, too. It's... I don't know. Maybe wait for U.S. session before I do anything else. But definitely, I would consider long scalps on some of these. Looks like the U.S. dollar weakness is going to be going for real. That's something to look at. You're still holding the pound dollar trade from December 1st. Wow. I haven't held a trade that long in a while. Nice. December 1st, huh? The London Open trade. So it was here. Okay. Yeah, looks like could be headed for a real markup going into U.S. session, weak U.S. dollar. The plan was hopefully to get some of these lower prices to buy before U.S. session, or at. And if some are going to come down, maybe the yens could still do it. But yeah, that dollar is looking quite weak. See if we find a way in. Scalp entry, fib retracement and strength, break test continuation. London hour trade from December 1st. Yeah, that's wild. Where am I for the week? I'll break even on that today, and that's the only trade. I had some good ones yesterday. Was I in the Discord? But I'm up a bit from the buying the euro dollar yesterday, whatever that was. Oh yeah. I remember it now. Yep. Some other people posted that chart in the Discord yesterday. Yeah, so I'm up from the euro dollar buy yesterday and break even today. See what else we get. I'll try to pop in the Discord. The main story that's finally developing and moving is that things are looking bullish against the U.S. dollar, as expected. See if we can find our way in. We didn't get a drop in strength. So, but as long as we're moving up and not seeing supply coming in, we want to stay with that direction. All right, guys. Three and a half hours. That went by quick. Sort of. All right. Likely streaming tomorrow, same time, 3:45 a.m. New York time. Most likely. All right, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you in the Discord. See you tomorrow.